there are both reasons, huh? Inefficiencies and push is required, facilitation is required, disciplining is required, uh, positive reinforcement is required, and also those who don't work should be mentored, but at some point they should be told, if you can't work, thank you very much. But if we retain them and make them our punching box, because I have my own stress and I need a punching bag, then there is no end to it. So these are few things which we, and this is irrespective you are a small MFI or a big MFI, this is all about your DNA, your culture, your HR systems. Yesterday I asked my one person independent of my team to do an audit of my grievance redressal mechanism for staff, for employees. We have a GRM policy. So I said, do an audit, not audit department. I asked one of the person from training department to do the assessment and tell me whether our system is functional or not. So very interestingly, he said, yes, we are on HR1. So people are logging their grievances. Few shows closed, few shows open. So I said, those who are open, who will follow up with that concerned department why this is open? Issue related to, for example, with regard to account or with regard to admin. So, since it's not defined, it's lying as it is. Though issue may be closed, but that person has forgot to mention push close button, or it may be open. Then who will prepare the dashboard across all departments? HR is doing only for their own. So maximum phone calls, grievances come to HR. My leave, my salary, my incentive. But there are other departmental issues also. So some lacunas were found on the grievance register. And immediately then we called for a meeting and fixed it, and then we told training department, you need to now train all employees across all branches about this new fixing we have done on grievance register. And I want a monthly star rating system introduced for admin. Now, one of the another fundamental reason is all these branches have been always conventionally residential. But the conditions of these branches are, you and me cannot even think of staying there for 5 minutes. I say the branches should be one that even I should go and able to stay there. The toilet, the kitchen, the rooms.
Toilet.
Of course, these are young boys. They will not be bothered about hygiene and cleanliness. They live like hostel life. But infrastructure wise, you cannot put 6 people in one small room. You need to have 2 rooms then. You need to take a bigger branch. You cannot have a kitchen or a bathroom outside in open. It has to be proper running water with motor and tank. There has to be a harpic and a brush in the toilet, which is a cost to the company. You can't expect these boys to buy a harpic and get the toilet clean. So the cleaner is paid by us, but if you don't provide harpic and the brush, you will not clean the.
How will he be cleaning?
Cleaning the WC. So I said yesterday I introduced a system that independent department will do a 5-star rating of all the branches as far as the facility is concerned, because there are customers.
Yes.
And we are the service provider. So customer has full right to rate us. My field officer, branch manager are my customers. No, for admin department they are their customers, but we don't treat them as customers. We treat them as their field officer. I'm sitting in head office. I'm the admin manager. I'm AGM. I'm GM. But your job is to serve them.
But in that case, how do you, push these young kids a bit to live a bit of a hygienic life? I think
that is a constant training and orientation. That if they are breaking things, it costs to the company. If they are living in their own house, whether they will do the same way or not. If there is a clean thing, you will not spit there. But if already people have spit it there, you will also spit there also.
From my experience over there in this, what you are telling, that it is really bad. Apart from 1-2 institutions, they are really looking after the people staying over there, they are well maintained people. In most of the things, you will see that their dresses are everywhere in the world.
Yeah,
And they
that
just
particular
spin
room, they will
around,
just throw it.
throw it.
Yeah.
And you know, if you enter in that room, you will get the smell of.
No, I was
untightness.
talking yesterday to Deepa Kalo
Uh,
from M2I and asked him what he's doing the study for electrician for you. I asked him, you know, what do you think one of the major reasons for electrician? He said conditions of branches. He said one of the major reason is poor condition, and that's the reason I came back and immediately introduced the rating system for branches. That at least branches have to be upkeep well, and secondly, these staff need to be trained how to keep it maintained.
How to keep it maintained.
Because we have a branch officer manager, BOM we call it, who is supposed to keep and maintain. But for sure in hostel, you have lived, I have lived in hostel, we know how we live. Correct? So that discount I would like to give to the field officers.
But not 100%.
Not 100%. Discipline, no compromise on discipline. Like for example, for us, bringing alcohol in a branch is a zero tolerance issue. And we have terminated lot of staff on that ground. Now, in some company, maybe alcohol is allowed in the branches. But in our case, it's a zero tolerance issue. Because once you allow alcohol in the branch, that's it. But I think majority of MFIs, if not all, or all MFIs have this condition, no drinking allowed in the branches. Why? Discipline issue. But of course, what clothes they wear, how they keep them, that is a very personal space, you know. Of course, they can be sensitized about it, but I cannot say why you are wearing a shirt which has a little hole. You know, we have to remember they come from very poor families, and the conditions in which they work. Maybe they're nice clothes they are kept for going home, or on a holiday, or on a festival, or when Sunday they get off, they go to city for movie or something. Working clothes will be working clothes for them. Like a painter, when paints has a different clothes, and when his shift get over, he changes, and then he wears his different pant and shirt. So I think those are certain, as you rightly said, that right balance has to be maintained. And we cannot pamper them. See, some of us try to pamper them. I have heard these stories, the staff saying, oh, that MD used to come and pack my bag. That MD knows. That was one era was this also, where MD will have a very personal.
Before 20 years.
Before 20 years. But expectations are the same. At that time, staff was not abusive of these advantages. They used to respect them as gurus, as mentors. Today, I was just reading a forward came to me that don't expect your colleagues to be your friends, they are your colleagues. If you start treating them as friends, you will feel hurt and your expectations will go for a toss. So I think that era has changed. Guru Shishya, the respect we had for our mentors, the person who taught me, I still respect that person. But today time, no, it's a very professional relationship. I'm working for you, you pay me salary, today I'm here, tomorrow I'll be somewhere else.
It's also not bad.
Nothing is wrong with it. It's only we start imposing those standards on them or those values on them.
We have this, what is called?
But that is a significant difference, sir. देखिए क्यों मैं बोल रही हूँ, क्योंकि the way we have been mentored, अगर हम वो नहीं किए, मतलब वो नहीं कर सकते हैं, that is a different thing, sir. मैं वो नहीं बोल रही हूँ. मैं बोल रही हूँ कि क्यों ऐसे चेंज हो गया सर
सडनली कहाँ हुआ है? जनरेशन चेंज है. सडनली कहाँ हुआ? मैं तो आपको बहुत सिंपल एग्जांपल दूंगा. मैंने है ना बहुत ट्रांजिशन देखा है. दिस इज फिश एंड रेस्ट ऑल इज वेज. यू आर वेजिटेरियन? नहीं, ठीक है.
She's Odia, as good as Bengali.
As good as Bengali.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Please help yourself. And there is some